day of the new year, and I have successfully decluttered, de-Christmased the whole upstairs. And Allie and I have been working on a little project. I don't think for the Christmas video we showed what CJ got me for Christmas. This desk is actually what he got me. He got me it from a secondhand store. It's used. It's something that I had asked for so I can get the house and merchandise more organized to keep track of, and just kind of keep me on schedule a little bit more since this year's going to be a little bit busy. So they brought that down yesterday. Him and Allie got it downstairs, and it's going to work out perfect. Ollie's job today has been to assemble my shelves for me for merch. She's got the first one completed. So we're getting all that organized, trying to get merch back in stock. And CJ's out in the barn. Today was kind of hard for him to get motivated, so we've been busy just trying to keep him going for today. And he goes back to work, I think, Tuesday. So hopefully we'll have some good content. I know he's working on putting the sheet metal in the rear end, so hopefully we can get you some of that today before it gets too hectic around here. What you doing?
I am trying to do the trunk floor. Started out with one measurement on the wheel tubs, but where it's connected or seamed and everything, it went back in, so I had to add some to it.
Using cardboard for a template?
This is not the ideal stuff I wanted to use. It's extremely thick, but it's what I got. So took the inner roll bar back out. I still got to take the fuel cell out. Yeah. So what I used on the other car, I actually still have a piece of it. Like a construction paper type deal.
So it's more flexy.
Well, yeah, not that, it's just, I use scissors to cut it. So, like a big sheet. But yeah, getting started. Got this first piece going back to the fuel cell bar there. Underway, just marked out the shocks, and then I got to do, still got to do the anti-roll bar tabs, and then the rods for the anti-roll. I got a bunch to mark out, but it's time consuming. And then I got this piece taped together. Keep going. Taking box. This here's a little thing, so it'll be easier to work with.
Nice box.
Yeah. But yeah, here we go. Flip it over there. Pow. Hopefully I can make a little progress on it today. Not real motivated, as I was talking to you about earlier. I could have not came out here at all today, but stuff's got to get done. So I came out and got started.
Did you stay up too late last night?
I don't know that I stayed up late. In the last couple nights I haven't slept. And it's starting to, like, I feel it. So I don't know why I'm not sleeping. I'm just not.
Maybe because we're not getting up early like you're used to for work. You go back to work Tuesday, so maybe that'll adjust you some.
Maybe. I didn't talk to you about this, but I read a comment, and I actually replied to it a little bit, but a gentleman wanted me to kind of go into a little more details on the scoop.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that, so please do.
I really don't know. You know, my theory on the scoop is, and I've been told that I'm wrong, if the carburetor's right, the scoop does no good. Yeah, apparently my carburetor's never been right, and like half the country, their shit's not right either, because there's scoops on about every for every car there's not a scoop on, there's two that is. Whereas if you don't have any way, a hat of any sort, the more speed you pick up, the more available air is there trying to force down in the carburetor. Whereas without one, the carburetor is kind of just reaching out trying to pull it in. So in my theory, and what I think is, it helps force air, directs it to the carburetor so the carburetor don't have to reach out for it, which an engine's an air pump. The more you can get in and out of it, the more power it's going to make. So that's kind of, my car picked up, or that car picked up a bunch by putting one on it. Carburetor right or not, who knows. But I picked up a good deal with that car. So yeah, that's kind of me elaborating on it. I don't know the...
What about because yours is a clear scoop. Is that for what purpose? Is there a purpose between that, or just the look that you like, or visual clearance?
I couldn't see without it. Okay. Without it being some sort of clear. That one there is actually tinted. The new one's actually kind of tinted, I think. Yeah. But it gives a little bit more visibility. And that's why I don't run a hood. I never was a big fan of not running a hood. But sketchy surfaces at night, it's hard to see with a big hood. So I opt to leave my hood off. It gives a lot more visibility. So a little bit about why I do what I do.
That's your reason,
like I said,
whether it's right or not.
Yeah. A lot of times during the daytime when it's light out, I don't have a problem running the hood. But at night, it's hard to see anyway, and we run on a lot of sketchy surfaces. So I don't run one. At one time, I didn't take the hood off the car out in public. I would pull it in the trailer and take the hood off. Now I don't even run one. So.
Everything was top secret back then. He wouldn't even let anybody in the barn. In those days,
nobody came into the trailer, nobody come in the barn.
Nobody looked under the hood.
So I think, a year and a half or so, nobody knew what engine was in the car. I didn't know if it was a Mopar, a Ford, a Chevy. So, well, like I said, now I don't even run a hood. Everybody can see everything. Like I said in the previous video, I do believe in running the front end. You know, if you see me without a front end, it's because it got knocked off of it, or I just don't have one for it.
Now let's talk about that a little bit, because one of your friends, your competitor, Sherm doesn't run a front end all the time. What's his reasoning, and have you talked to him?
Sure, I pick on him all the time. I love that man, but a brick, like,
his truck is heavy.
He's lightened it up a lot, but it's just square. It's a square body Chevy truck. He's already heavy. It's square as can be. If it helps him to pull the front end off, I get why he's doing it. Everybody else was doing it because he never was a fan of it either. And he did it. And now a lot of times on sketchy surfaces, you'll see him without a front end on it.
Wasn't he waiting on a new front end at one point in time too?
He's always had a front end for it.
I wasn't sure. I thought he was doing some modifications at one point in time.
The fiberglass and all that.
Yeah.
He's always had the steel front end. But his truck's just heavy. I mean, he kind of picked the wrong body to build, but that's what he liked. That's what he built, and the damn thing's fast. So he's definitely getting it figured out.
And what's the name of his truck again?
Step Aside. So if anybody watching likes Chevy trucks, Sherm Baker and Step Aside, it's a bad bitch. I don't even know anything else you want to go over. Any comments that that stood out to you? Any trying to?
Not really. I mean, nothing that you can answer right now. I know everybody's wondering when we're going to get out there and race. It's coming. The announcement's coming.
I'll tell you, as warm as it is today, I almost put the dash in it, went out front and done burnouts. Mm-hmm. But that's going to take me, sidetrack me and get me completely off. And, like, I'm wanting to get the trunk floor done, so I'm going to get the trunk floor done. Hopefully I can have it in before the seat arrives, and then I can go straight to the seat. The dash isn't but a couple Zeus fasteners and one oil pressure line. I can have it in, or I can just take the oil pressure gauge out of the dash, put it in there, and not even put a dash in it right now. Yeah, I feel like it's getting close. Like I said before, it's close, but there's still a lot of little stuff. And some people I want to talk to before I move further with some things. Like the upper control arms don't fit my torque boxes correctly. I want to figure that out, or I've got the wrong spacers and shims. They just don't look like they're going smoothly into it. They're at a different angle. So
I just want to do some consulting on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to somebody on that and see if there's a better option, or just make some spacers and go. It's not, I can make the spacers, it's not a big deal. But if there's a better option for control arm or control arm placement, I would rather go that route at this point.
Can you show me what you're talking about?
I don't know. Yeah. Get my pointer.
Perfect.
So, I don't know if you can get the angle.
Let me get on the other side because my back's a little rough today after.
It wasn't my fault either.
Ah, I was on a mission this morning.
So, this magnet's going to stick to everything. Let's go with right down here, and that angle you're not going to be able to see. But the control arm isn't coming into the torque box at the right. It doesn't come straight into it. It's got a little bit of angle to it. And the spacers that come with the torque boxes.
I'm coming around you.
That's kind of what I figured.
You're so smart.
Don't ever say that again. Right here, those spacers that come don't seem like they're the right for either. So this heim joint slides side to side, and that's on both of them. They said it's easy enough to make a spacer if that's what's needed, but I want to talk to somebody on it. And I'm just not throwing it out there yet. Yeah, I really don't know. Get that done, then we change out the wire, the battery cables. I still got the kill switch and stuff, the oh shit kill switch to wire in whenever I do the battery cables. All the travel, I don't know if I went over the Thomas Racing 2-inch blocks. Did I go over that? Did we get that?
I don't remember.
Those are in. I still have a lot of, the top of the wheels is still out a whole bunch, and I went out on the heims on the control arms to try to compensate, but I feel like I'm going to be out of adjustment, and it still won't be right. I got the struts are all the way to the end, and if you come over here, you can see how it's.
And the car's not completely down on the left, but when it's down on the left, this car sits extremely much lower than the other car did. Which it's going to, but it's noticeable.
That's how I was told. There's no point in putting adjustable control or torque boxes in if you're not going to make it low. But it definitely sits lower than the other car. At least at this point. And it's all adjustable. I can adjust it.
Yeah.
If I don't like it.
Well, it's not a matter of if you don't like it, if the car likes it or not.
Yeah, I'll play with it until it works. I don't care if it sits up like a 4-wheel drive. That car always set real high. Got to make some. I'm going to cut some probably 2-inch sleeves off that or slivers off of it and break it to mount so I can run it around the wheel wells in the back of the car, because there's no lips to attach anything to. And that's my thought anyway. We'll see how it works. 1 inch by 1 inch L metal and just rivet the stuff on. So we'll move on to another project. Maybe by then we'll have something figured out with the alternator or something.
All right.
So. That's center. See how I want to do it. Fucker. Hard to see the damn thing. It'll be close enough, but that's off the other way. Just go in the middle.
My confidence on you is dwindling on this.
It'll all work out.
What is that?
Charger.
Oh.
A little bit of eyeball here. Ta-da! Kind of a big hoe there. And all I'm doing, because I'm not a very precise person, I did all that marking and really didn't even use it. But just looking at the little triangle here and making sure it all looks the same, about the same size on all 4 of them. There we go.
Those ones looked more spacer than the other ones. I think that'll work out good.
Well, there's 14 notches, so.
So you're dividing them evenly.
Well, trying to.
a good big enough hole to get that done. Piece got somehow caught in there. Come all the way up there. better. That's going to go underneath of the other piece, so I'm not too concerned as long as it'll go around the bolt. I'll round that out a little bit.
Huh?
I think we broke it. We shall see. It'll end up working here. Just trimming and gotta take that right there out too. Or knock it down or something. Grind the seam sealer out. That way it'll lay flat. So a little more work with the pieces for the most cut. Do a little bit of trimming. I feel like she clamped it down very tight. Yeah, well, another more. That looks pretty close. Okay, which that was already in it. Cut it off there and mount there for the back. And for around the wheel wells. Ooh. Figure out what I do with my stuff. I'm just doing this to mark it. If I don't have
Straight edge.
something really long enough to do it. Yeah, it's close enough. Do like that. These off will bend up. It'll work out though. It could be just good.
And then you'll rub it into that.
Yep. Rub the floor into it. But I'll put it in here too. That way it catches.
So that's something to grip to.
Right in there. Around that. At least that's my thoughts. Should work out though. I think so. That piece there is pretty much good and made. This will overlap all that. So that'll go underneath. Finish getting these made and riveted in. The other, probably make that side and then the center. Kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, cool. It's weird because it bends this over here more than it bends this over here. I wonder if I go all the way down to one end there. Pretty alright to me. Good enough for who it's for anyway. I know the guy. real good. I'm gonna have to probably massage the aluminum down so that the bolts, I can get the bolts in. There's a little nasty gnarly, but it's gonna work.
Still a few loose ends to tie up with it, but what you're seeing is about 40 some minutes of a 2-day job.